It's been roughly 5 years since Oppo launched the F series, which was focused on delivering the best selfie camera experience. Now, Oppo may have moved away from the selfie expert tagline, which it used to use for the series. However, in my experience, the front cameras of pretty much all the F series so far have delivered more than satisfactory results. It's 2021 and we now have the F19 series, which includes the F19 Pro and the F19 Pro Plus 5G, which is the one I have with me today. Now, compared to the previous model, which was the F17 Pro, this new one boasts of much faster charging. That's 50-watt fast charging. There's a new video feature called AI Highlight Portrait Video, and of course 5G. So let's take a look at what you get in the box. Before we go ahead, a quick reminder to subscribe to our channel if you haven't, and also hit that bell icon if you want to be the first to know whenever we have a new video. Alright, so this is the retail packaging of the F19 Pro Plus. Pretty simple all around. Quite different from the F17 Pro actually. Let's quickly crack open this seal and take a look at what we get inside. Okay, so first up is this little cardboard pouch, which should have the case, and it does. You get a silicone case in the box, SIM eject tool, of course, and some quick start guides, regulatory information, etc. Let's place this aside. And here we have the F19 Pro Plus. Let's quickly take this out. And as you can tell, this is the white or silver version, rather. Okay, let's keep this aside for now and see what else we have. This should be the 50-watt charger, and we also have the USB Type-C cable, and last but not least, we have a headset, and this is a 3.5mm headset. And that's about it actually. Okay, so now let's take a closer look at the Oppo F19 Pro Plus 5G. Now the first thing that really strikes you when you take it out of the box is just how slim and light it is, and these are two traits that I really liked about the F17 Pro as well, its predecessor. So the F19 Pro Plus 5G measures around 7.8mm in thickness, which is pretty slim, and it weighs just 173 grams. So this makes it incredibly light, and you can immediately tell the moment you take it out of the box. So that is something I quite like right away. Now, Oppo also says that it's managed to place 8 antennas all around the phone over here, or the border of the phone, in order to maximize the signal strength no matter how you're holding it. So again, this is something I'll test in the full review, but it's good to know that it's there. There are two colors available for this phone. This is the space silver, as you can tell, and it's also available in a fluid black. It looks a little bland if I'm being totally honest, but of course if you're using it in the day and if light hits it, you do get this nice reflective finish. So I guess that's all right. It does pick up fingerprints slightly, although the smudges aren't readily noticeable due to this color. So I guess that's a nice thing. Let's start with the ports. So down at the bottom, we have a headphone jack, you have the USB Type-C port, and you have the speaker grill over here. Now over to the right, we have the power button and the volume button on the opposite side. So again, they are within reach, and they have a fairly nice tactile feedback. And that's it. You just have another microphone on the top over here. Now coming to the back, we have this pretty large camera module, although it doesn't really protrude too much from the phone, but it is very noticeable. We'll get to the cameras in just a bit, but first let's talk about this display. So this is a 6.4-inch AMOLED panel. It's a full HD plus resolution. You also get Corning Gorilla Glass 5 on the top for protection, There is an in-display fingerprint sensor as well, which is always good to see. However, the one feature that is still missing from the F19 Pro, which also wasn't there in the F17 Pro, is a high refresh rate display. So this phone is still running on the standard 60Hz, so you don't get 90Hz or even 120Hz, which is a bit of a shame, to be very honest. Now, powering the phone is a MediaTek Dimensity 800U SoC, which seems to be the SoC of choice for budget phones these days, as we've seen a lot of them sporting this SoC. It's a 5G SoC, and as we've seen in other phones as well, like the Realme X7 and even the Narzo 30 Pro 5G, it is pretty power efficient and powerful as well. So that's good to see. Now, there's only one version of the Oppo F19 Pro Plus 5G. You get 8GB of RAM and 128GB of storage. This is LPDDR4X RAM and UFS 2.1 type storage. Now, you can expand the memory up to 256GB via a micro SD card slot. And let's quickly pop open the SIM tray, and you do have a dedicated slot for micro SD and 2 SIMs as well, which is nice. Okay, so coming to the battery, there is a 4310 milliampere battery, which should be enough for a full day's worth of use, but you also get 50-watt fast charging, and according to Oppo, you should be able to charge the battery completely from zero in just about 48 minutes, which is again something I will be testing in the full review. In terms of software, this is ColorOS 11.1, and it feels and looks pretty similar, as we also recently saw it running on the Reno Pro 5G from Oppo as well. Now, finally coming to the camera. So we start with the selfie camera, since that is usually the main highlight of the F series. This is a 16 megapixel camera, so you don't get dual cameras like you got on the F17 Pro. And coming to the back, we have a total of 4 cameras here. So over here you have a 48 megapixel primary camera, there's an 8 megapixel ultra wide, and then you have two 2 megapixel cameras, one for macro shots and one is a monochrome camera, probably for depth or a filter. Okay, so the new video feature that Oppo is marketing for the F19 Pro Plus is the AI highlight portrait video. So if you open the camera app and go to video, you have a little toggle switch on the top which says AI. And once this is enabled, you should be able to shoot HDR video, which should give you better dynamic range for, let's say, backlit shots, and also ultra night video if you're shooting in low light and you want slightly better exposure. So again, I will be testing this and of course the rest of the camera features as well in the full review, so do stay tuned for that. So that's been it for my quick unboxing and first look of the brand new Oppo F19 Pro Plus 5G. I will be bringing you the full review of this smartphone very soon, so stay tuned for that. And as always, for all things tech, log on to gadgets360.com.